Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Joey from Louisiana. What do we have? Well, we got two Randall's Adventure Training Rat 1s, and we have the Ontario Rat 1. This one is the one they're making now compared to the old ones. Uh, this is my wife's, but I also have a pink one. Real man can take on some pink. This is my folder that I've carried a crap load of times, and it's just AUS 8. Everybody knows it's AUS 8, Model 1. It's got the triangle on it. There it goes. Okay. Now, the new one just has a O right there. And it's made exactly the same. You have 5 suction screws. You know, one, two, three, four, 5, plus the pivot point. So you open it up, and what you get, I'm sure you've seen in the pictures already, is just the O for Ontario, and it's just Ontario Knife Company, Model 1, AUS 8. It does not say the Rat 1. When at first glance, they look the same until I got them together, and I noticed some very minute but really subtle differences. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get the camera just right. But as you can already see, the Rat 1 back here, you can see the spine going over it. Right here, the one in the back is the old Rat 1, the Ontario Adventure, the Randall's Adventure Training, I'm sorry. And this one's the new one. Well, why would it sit up higher? Well, it's because the blade here has more to it. It's a bigger blade, if I can get this out. It's a little bit, and I've already sharpened this one several times. I may need to compare it to the pink one, because that's a fairly new one. I'm running out of you're running out of color options with these Randall knives. So I went with pink. I got 2 pink ones, one for me, one for my wife, recently. And you got your traditional liner lock, and it sits right there in the very center. And hadn't had a darn problem out of it. And I've whacked on this. I mean, I've hit it a lot against stuff in the woods. I was trying to build my wife a blind the other day, and I put up a ground blind, and I wanted to get some limbs off trees and stuff, kind of dress up the blind and make it look more realistic and kind of not so out there in the woods. And it was probably about a month and a half before deer season started, and I used this to really just hack some stuff, and I trusted it, and it came out just fine. This one, it's made about the same. I mean, it still has 5 construction screws. They both. I pointed that out already. The pivot is the same. The torque screw maybe slightly bigger on the Rat 1, the original Rat 1. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you may need to. It may be the same, but I think it's a little bigger on the orange one, the original. But anyway, you have your spines. Let's see, spine length, width in millimeters. We're gonna go, it's gonna be just as I figured. All right, it's about 3 on the new one. The old one I thought was 3 too. Three as well, I meant, yes. Okay, so you have 3 on each one on your, I need to clean that knife off. Anyway, I use my knives a lot, but I really like to keep them in mint condition. It pisses me off when I don't know what I got on this thing. It looks like sap. You can beat the hell out of these, pardon my language, but they hold up. Anyway, the actual right here, this end part right here toward the point drops down a little more than the new one does. This one's never been sharpened, and I don't know if that's going to show up or not, but if I put the orange in front, you can't see the other blade, but if I put the orange in back, you can see it. So that's really the best comparison I can do on camera, to kind of try to show you the differences. They're very subtle. We'll weigh each one just to see. Also, here's the liner lock on the new one. It's the same width, so you can see but it's sitting just so slightly to the left instead of right dead center under the tang of the knife. Oh yeah, also, how quick do they open? Whoops, I just dug into some wood there. Pretty darn fast. I was happy when I bought the knife and I saw that. I mean, I did it again. Hold on. Tearing up my table. Real easy. I mean, I still say these are a little bit easier to open. They're both really, they're really smooth, but they're, you know, they're not assisted openers or anything like that. Now let's take this out, and we're gonna weigh the original Rat 1 is 4.9. Okay, and this Rat 1 is 5.0, 5.00. Why? I don't know. 4.9 because the original Rat 1, now I'm having 5.05 on this one. The original Rat 1 actually has more blade just by a hair. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the camera for you and try to show you. Now that should be a pretty good representation of blade width. If you just notice just this little edge right here versus this one is wider. I think the whole blade may be a little wider, but anyway, they're both, it's still a fantastic knife for $30. I mean, it's pretty stupid. Now this one I haven't had a chance to whack on or beat, you know, or cut a lot of stuff on, you know. I don't know if it's going to be heat treated the same. It should be. I mean, why would Ontario change it after all these years they've been making the Rat 1 with the Randall's Adventure Training? I just heard from so many people that, oh yeah, the new Ontario knife, make sure it still says Randall's Adventure Training because the other one's junk. Well, I don't know. I mean, they're both still made in Taiwan. There's Taiwan on this one, right there. And you turn this one over and it's still telling you it's made in Taiwan. So I don't know. I'll let y'all be the judge. There's my table, just trying to open the knife. It's a cheap table, it's okay. You gotta get a new one. Anyway, that may be a little better view. I was just it's really it's minute. It's very minute. Now it's looking different, but trust me, when you get it in your hand, you can kind of tell the Randall's Adventure Training is a little bit wider blade, taller blade, however you want to say it. But anyway, thanks for watching. God bless.